What's up, everyone? We're back today. Just me here to review the new Starz series, Blindspotting. Um, Pretty excited about this one. Only found out about it relatively recently. I'm a huge fan of Hamilton, and so when I found out that, well, first when I found out about the film, I found Daveed Diggs, Jasmine Cephas Jones, Raphael Cassel. I hope I pronounced her name right. They made a movie together, and it was critically acclaimed. Diggs was nominated for Independent Spirit Award. Obama put it on his top 10 favorite films, so that's a best endorsement you can possibly get. And so when I found out they're doing a sequel series, I was mildly curious, especially since it was like a sort of sequel spin-off, sort of, because it was about Ashley, Cephas Jones's character, who was like a supporting in the film, and it was gonna be a part of, it was gonna be her story. And first episode debuted Sunday, June 13th, and I'm here reviewing the pilot. And I have to say, this was a pretty awesome pilot. I'm not gonna lie. First, I've been watching Ash versus Evil Dead, and I've come to I didn't realize Stars like to make their shows not a half hour, not an hour long, which is the same here. Ash episodes are usually like 27 minutes. This pilot, Blind Spotting pilot, was like 37, 34. So it honestly was like went by pretty fast. I appreciate that, Stars. Just there's so much television these days that it's nice to just go in and out with them. And there's a lot said and done in these first 34 minutes. So spoilers ahead. Not that there's too many like twists and turns, but I guess the first major thing I want to comment on is that the show's style is both the same and different to the movie. The show is still the sort of same, like you were really in there in the culture. There's a lot of respect and emulation of the cult of the Oakland culture, but there's also the show also goes further into a sort of artistic angle. Ashley breaks the fourth wall with rapping interludes, which are really just well written, really well delivered, and also there's a lot of like surrealistic moments, just moments where colors shift, editing shifts, the crowd just seems to meld around you, and it's a bold choice, just because like the movie was played more realistically, more straightforward. But I really like it, the editing and then the directing of this. I don't know who directed this pilot. Look at me, I'm gonna go check it again. But honestly, I wouldn't like. It's still relatively early in the Emmys season, but I would not mind seeing Seth. I'm gonna say Seth Man getting some sort of directing nomination in what I assume is going to be the comedy category. This is where the tone of the show lies, like an Orange is the New Black dramedy type thing. But it was really like it was a really just intimate and very stylistic directing performance from Man. And so um, I hope just the series just continues with that because it's very noticeable. It's very it's a it's nice to have that sort of the environment playing a role as well into this whole story. And I think it's really, really well done. As for the cast is really great as well. I think um just checking the names here, I believe Jalen Barron as Trish, Miles' sister. I think this is going to be a star-making performance from her. I already can see so much to come from her. I think it's going to be a really great. I haven't seen her in anything before, but I could see her like people are gonna know her name. You just get that feeling. This is just a firecracker performance, just rapid fire machine gun delivery, a lot of just strength and confidence in there. It's a really great performance. Helen Hunt as Trisha's mom, Rainey, I think is also really funny, and I think is also very like I think will also be very interesting, occupying the mentor role category. I think there's a lot of like sass and perspective that I think is going to be interesting to watch unfold and just continue throughout this show. And then of course Jasmine Cephas Jones, Grammy Award winner, Emmy Award winner now after last year. I'm really into I'm really into her performance as Ashley. I think this is a very uh it's a very just great starting place for the character. She says in one of her rap interludes that like she has always been at least defined by her attachment to Miles, but now that Miles is no longer in the picture, who is she? What is she? And I think that's a great sort of that's always a great like starting point for any character, to find out who am I, what am I doing, why am I here, like all the essential philosophical questions, and set amidst this surrealistic depiction of Oakland. I think it's going to be a very powerful character journey. I already love it. She feels real. She feels like a real character. She's young. She's maybe not all that experienced or worldly, but um, she knows what matters. It's her son. It's managing her son and uh, keeping connection to Miles. And already this episode places her in such a sympathetic position. She's partially she's out of her depth, but she's not like a comedic fish out of water. She's hanging in there with all the grit she's got, and I think it's a very just it's a really interesting position to have her in. She is Jasmine Cephas Jones is like she was incredible in Hamilton, and we see glimpses of her brilliance in the movie, Blindspotting the movie, and now I think it's going to be really exciting to see her again just delve into that for the series. Um, and for like a relatively large cast, she is still the focal point. Everything revolves around her. Um, she has a down to earth charisma, and she has such a just just the circumstances of her position are do so well to help bring out all of Jones's acting talents, and I'm really excited to see how this just goes forward. This isn't like a Superman and Lois where we got like mysteries and action and explosions. This is a I feel like this is going to be more of just a day by day character study of Ashley, of her this experience she's in, of the city of Oakland, similar to how the movie was, and I'm here for it. I like this day to day like um sort of personality, and I think the more surrealistic vibe is definitely a choice I would not have, you know, if I was involved in the first film, I would not have. I would not have expected to make this choice, but I'm so glad they did. It's so much more just involving, and it's so much more interesting. It's like character thought bubbles in comic books. You really get into see how the environment is, and get more in depth with it. And I think it's very going to help the directing and the vibe and the acting. It's just so cool to watch this singular um this singular atmosphere kind of envelop everyone. So overall, I'd recommend it. I mean, I would recommend watching the movie first just to get a handle on the characters. The movie you actually could watch the movie. You could watch the show without the movie, but always just for greater context and whatnot. And very sweet, a lot of personality, and a lot of great just directing and film and television making. So check out Blindspotting on Starz. I believe they're going for I estimate like 13 episodes, maybe. I would say that's about the average. And yeah, so one episode right now. Check it out. Highly recommend it. And probably will be reviewing this and probably the finale. So check back in when that comes around, and peace out.